Here's a pattern I've watched play out across 30 years of marketing in technology companies. The team is publishing blog posts, white papers, LinkedIn articles, maybe a newsletter, consistent output, real effort. And the website traffic looks like a flat line. That's not a content problem, that's an intelligence problem. The content exists, the strategy to connect it to the buyers who are actually searching for it. That's what's missing. In the markets I've worked in, semiconductor, energy, PCB, and advanced materials, there are three specific ways this breaks down. The visibility gap is the obvious one. You're simply not ranking for the terms your buyers use. The authority gap is slower and more dangerous. A competitor has built a cluster of 20 articles around a topic, and you have one. That compounds over time. But the intent gap is the one that costs the most at the C-suite level. You're producing what is X content when your buyers are already past that. They're evaluating vendors. They need ROI frameworks, implementation guides, and comparison content. You're showing up too early and disappearing when it matters. Understanding which gap type you're dealing with changes the entire brief. You can't know which one you have without measuring it. Content intelligence is not another analytics dashboard. It's the practice of systematically measuring the gap between where your content is and where your buyers are, and turning that measurement into a publishing decision. At a minimum, it needs to answer 4 questions. What topics does my audience search for that I don't address? Which competitors own each of those topics? What is the commercial intent behind each search, and what content format closes this gap fastest? Those 4 questions sound simple. Answering them at scale with enough specificity to write a useful brief requires a system. That system didn't exist for the markets I work in, so I built it. Paxelo ingests a client's domain, maps it against competitor content coverage, layers on search intent signals, and outputs a prioritized content brief. What to publish next, in what format, for which audience, with the reasoning attached, not a keyword list, a publishing decision. Paxelo was built within Brandyard based on real client delivery work. Every feature came from a problem I actually encountered. The brand voice system, the target audience injection, and the fluff elimination, none of it was hypothetical. It came from watching what broke in the field and fixing it. Paxelo is built for B2B technology companies, the same verticals I've spent my career in. If your buyer is technical, your sales cycle is long, and the content that actually converts isn't obvious, this was built for you. Brandyard is the consultancy behind it. We work at the strategic level: AI workflows, content architecture, sales automation, and Paxelo-powered intelligence programs. One step to determine whether it's right for your organization. Go to brandyard.net. Request a consultation. You'll hear back within 1 business day. Episode 2 is the Build Series Start, December 2025, the day the engine came alive. Subscribe and I'll see you there.